go. It's a little bit better. Well, no it's not. What on earth is wrong with this tripod? It just does not want to sit. Have you got your coffee? I've got mine. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to my channel. I have just got out of the shower. It has been a very long day. It started at 3 AM this morning. I went out to my dad's yesterday afternoon at about 5 o'clock. I stayed the night and of course he wanders the house quite a bit so I don't get much sleep. He came in with me this morning. We left his place at 4:30. You might be wondering why on earth we were up that early. My father has been wanting to go home to England for the last couple of months and we have said that it's too late. He had the opportunity twice to go back when I went back and he didn't take it. Now he has to take the responsibility and the consequences of his not going back when he had the opportunity. The doctor has said that he is unfit to travel and there is no way, and I myself know and so do my brothers, that he would not last on a 36-hour travel plan. He keeps saying that the new 10-hour flight would be perfect. No, he doesn't realise that just takes you to New York, but then you've got to get on another plane to fly from New York to the UK. I think that's the way it works, because I went via Japan's Narita airport, then Frankfurt back in '97, and when I went in 2019, I went via Los Angeles. So it was a long trip, he wouldn't make it. So, last weekend when I went out to see him and I took the two younger grandchildren, he had Vera Lynn at the top of the range of the stereo, and when I opened the door, you just got hit with the sound. You could actually hear it out on the road when I pulled in. It took him a wee while to turn it down a fraction, but it wasn't much. Leaning forward, and you could tell that he'd been crying, and he actually said to the grandchildren that I have two sisters in England and the powers that be won't let me go back and see them, which is why I'm so sad, and that is why I play Vera Lynn. Why Vera Lynn? Tail end of the war. He remembers as a 5-year-old listening to Vera Lynn and seeing her sing to the troops during the war. And he remembers, I think it was the airmen that she sang with. I actually took some video of him when he was in this frame of mind and I sent it to my cousin in England. The reason was I've been trying to get FaceTime or a Zoom call organised so that he could at least see his sisters and they could see him. That is why at 4:30 this morning I brought him here, and at 6 AM they connected for the first time since he was 15 years old. He is now 88, he will be 89 in November. His eldest sister is 90 and the baby sister is 84. It was lovely to see them interacting and talking and laughing and smiling, even though you can tell that my father is in the early stages of dementia and that his words are getting a little bit jumbled and his filter has gone. They still managed to have a conversation. There was a couple of times that I had to say, "Don't say that, Dad." And he just smiled, and I thought, I know my cousin understood where he was coming from, because they talk 2-3 times a month on a Sunday. So this was something different, and he came away from it feeling really good. I am hoping that this has helped with the homesickness. He then went and visited with 3 of the residents where I live, and he sat at the table while 2 of them had breakfast and they talked. I left him for an hour. He spoke with the other housekeeper, and then when I went back down, one of the men came out, and I was trying to extricate him to take him home because he was starting to get tired, but then he launched into a conversation with one of the men, and I had to sort of let him have that conversation for about 15 minutes. The reason that I did that is because we are now actively looking for somewhere to put him. He cannot remain in his own home anymore. Also, I wanted him to be able to talk to his sisters while he still remembered them, and he was still able to see them, and they were able to see him. He mimicked a word that they said, and I had to laugh because my cousin Linda said, I wondered how long it would be before you'd start to mimic the English language. And it's funny because he called them Poms, and the thing is, he's a Pom as well, and he said, yes, I am, and he says, and I'm proud of it. And I said to him, well, Dad, we're not at the war now, you don't use those sort of nicknames. I said, they're English. But no, he's set in his ways, and I just thought it was really nice for them all to be able to finally see each other and catch up. So that is why I am home, and I jumped into the shower, washed my hair, and got organised because I just want to relax. I will probably be in bed pretty early tonight, but I also wanted to get on and let you know how my weight and my eating has gone. I was at 72 days bright on Friday. Everything was going really well, and then I broke my lines, and I broke them with flour. Then I broke them with some sugar. I couldn't work out why the firefighter had all of a sudden reared its head, because everything has been so calm for the last 72 days. And I thought about everything that had happened over Thursday and Friday. I'd gone out to Dad's on Thursday because his feet are swollen, as well as the calves of his legs. I stayed out there on the Wednesday night. The Wednesday night. And then I brought him into town at about 2 o'clock so that I could meet my brother. My brother does all the medical things now, because I feel that a man should be doing the medical stuff with him, not a woman, and that's crossing my boundaries, and it's outside my comfort zone. And I'm the first to admit, I do not want to be in the position where I am doing anything personal or whatever for my father. That is for others, other carers. That is for my brother when it comes to taking him to the doctors and hospital. If he needs me to help to get him there, then I'm quite happy to do that. I'm happy to go and pick him up and bring him and drop him off. I'm happy for my brother to go in with him, and I'll wait in the waiting room. It's those sorts of things that I can manage. And thinking through that, I thought, no, there was nothing that had triggered me. Absolutely nothing. Friday morning, one of the residents came and said the mail's in, and I said, yes, I know, but you know that I get it after lunch is served. I will then go and then it'll be in the basket for the afternoon. I went down and got the mail. There was a letter there for me from the surgeon's office, and they have given me an appointment to go and see him about my hip. That was the trigger. I realized that I am terrified of going to this appointment. It's funny, I have had 2 cesarean sections. They were both, one was an emergency, the other was an elective. My throat had got so sore with strep throat, I just kept getting these strep throats one after the other, to the point where the doctor was giving me a prescription to get penicillin the next time it happened. The next time it happened, I filled the prescription, it was worse, and I just didn't want to go through that again. So I rang the doctor and I said, book me in. I went in within a week and had my tonsils removed. I don't recommend getting your tonsils removed as an adult, but I did because the pain was just so bad. I was just over it. It was the same with my teeth. When I had my children, they just crumbled. They became like chalk. But I was terrified to get them out. I was okay getting one at a time out until I had 9 at the top and 8 at the bottom, and then they removed them all because I ended up with a very sore mouth from an abscess under one of them. I know it shouldn't get to when I am in an excruciating pain for me to have something done. What is really fearful for me is it's not just removing tonsils, it's not just removing teeth, it's removing a joint and putting a new joint in. And I think that is what I'm fearful of, because this is the ability to walk, this is the ability to move around, and to not be able to do that is terrifying. But it's also terrifying to go and have it fixed. So now I know where the fear is, I can work through that. But on that Friday afternoon, I even said, should we play cards tonight? Just to, I guess, preempt anything. But I walked past where the sandwiches were from afternoon, because for tea that night I just made sandwiches because they had a housey afternoon and a happy hour. I picked up 2 sandwiches. They were cheese and egg, and I ate them. I came back to my room and I had forgotten that I had put a packet of tiny wee Easter eggs on the fridge in a jar, and I don't know why, but I sort of looked up and I saw them. I ate all those tiny Easter eggs that were in the jar. They were caramel ones, and they were a small packet. I can't tell you how many there were, but I demolished them. I then had 2 animal crackers, and I had 2 Cameo creams. That was it. That was it. I was done. I felt sick afterwards, and I paid for it the next day. I had a really sore tummy because my body's not used to sugar and flour. I was back on track again. Yesterday, first thing, I got up, I was back on track, been on track all day. This morning, I didn't have breakfast because there was no way I was going to eat breakfast at 4:30 a.m. I headed back, I stopped and I grabbed a flat white coffee and my father a mocha, and I asked him if he would like a pie or a sausage roll, and he says, I'll have a sausage roll, but he says make sure that you get something as well. I didn't. I just had my flat white coffee. And of course he said, well, where's yours? And I says, it's okay, I'm going to have something when I get back to your place. And I did. I had my rolled oats with some milk, some Greek yogurt and some fruit salad. That was my breakfast, lunch kind of thing. I want to be upfront and honest. This is a journey. It is not, you know, smooth. There are always going to be bumps in the road. This time, instead of it going like this in, you know, pointed mountains or whatever you want to call it, I went like that. So it was a slight curve and then it's back again. And that's how I want to keep it. Because if I can keep way above where it would end up being a jagged path again, then I know that I've done something right. And you can see that in the graph with my weight. 1st of May, I will put another graph up so that you can see what I mean by the path. Instead of it going up like this, it's now going like this. So that is where I'm at. I intend to do some meal prep tomorrow and to start recording my new meals because they are going to change from tomorrow. Breakfast, I will probably have two different, or possibly 3. May have 3 because the poached eggs and hash browns I will now alternate at breakfast with my rolled oats and Greek yogurt, and I will also add in, it's 4 ounces of wild rice, wild or brown rice, and poached egg, and I think it's a little bit of grated cheese. I'm not sure. I think I would prefer to have the 2 poached eggs mixed in, or omelette type thing mixed in with the rice, than to have grated cheese. I don't want grated cheese. I've just got rid of my grater. So yeah, that's what I'm sort of looking at. So I'm going to work on my meal plan for the week, and I will show you what my meal plan for the week will be, and then I will start recording the meals so that you can see them, and I will also post them on my Instagram page as well. So that is where I am at. I hope everybody is having a lovely beginning to their weekend or a great end to their weekend. Please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment and share if you think someone else may benefit from my content. Also, if you want to be notified of when I upload, click that little bell that you'll find somewhere up here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.